Hi everybody, welcome back to my kitchen. Today, as you can see, I've got some bacon over here in my big old cast iron skillet. I've got about five strips of bacon that I cut into lardons, and I'm just frying them off. I'm not going to drain the fat off. I'm going to use it because today we're going to make southern fried corn. I found some great corn at the farmer's market. I had 10 ears. And I'm going to show you a little trick. I'm sure you've seen this, but just put it in a bundt pan, pointed side down. And I'm using my great grandma Thompson's knife because she probably made lots of fried corn. And you just go down and the corn falls right in the bowl as long as you are slow about it. If you go real fast, it's going to fly all over the counter. As you can see, mine's still going around the counter. And then once I get down the corn, I do scrape it, try to get any of the milk out. You'll see milk splashing through here. We want all that nice juicy milk to also go in here. Okay, last one. I didn't get that husk very well. This is just a quick easy way. I'm sure Grandma used this knife and did a lot of corn, but she didn't put it in a bundt pan because she didn't have a bundt pan. She lived up in the Appalachian Mountains in eastern Kentucky, Bell County, I believe. And she didn't even have electricity or plumbing in her house for the longest time. I'm not sure if she ever did. There we go. Oops, I don't know where I'm going with that. Okay, I'm gonna get this all nice and crispy. Ignore this over here. This is another, oops, dropped some corn. It's another video I'm doing. No peeking, you'll see that soon enough. So I've got this all cooked down. So now I'm gonna add my corn. And I've got my stove on about a medium. On mine it's a number 5. I wear my hands clean. Don't want to waste any of that sweet corn. This is my favorite time of the year. All the sweet corn coming on, the fall vegetables. I know tomatoes are ending. I love tomatoes. But we're getting into cooler weather. They picked up some gourds to help get in the mood of the fall. There we go. You put this over here. I got corn everywhere. Let me clean up a little bit. Get everything out of the way here. All right, so we got 10 ears of corn with 5 or 6 strips of bacon. I've got this on medium. I do want to get a little bit of a char on some of it. I'm just going to flatten it out and let it cook there for a minute. Tell you what else we're putting in here. So we got corn everywhere. Okay, so I've got 2 teaspoons of flour. This is going to be put in to help thicken it a little bit, so it gives a little thick sauce to it. I've got 2.5 teaspoons of salt. Adjust that. I mean, this is fresh corn. You can use canned corn. If you do, it's going to have sodium in it, salt. So adjust it, taste it before you put it in. This is all fresh, so I know there's none there. I got about a tablespoon of sugar. You can use just that for your sweetness. A little heavy cream that I'm going to hit it at the end. And I like to put in a jar. What is this? It's a 4-ounce jar of pimentos. And I've already drained it. And I got a little water there. So we're just going to start cooking. I'm getting a little bit of a char on this corn. It smells good, the corn and the bacon together. I am going to give it a shot or 2 of cracked black pepper. Maybe a little more. I like pepper. We're just going to let this sit here and cook down. Get a little char on the bits of the corn. Bring out all the juices, the sweetness of this corn. And you don't have to use a cast iron skillet. I use cast iron for a lot of things. I figure this is what Grandma used to use. It's all they used to use back in the mountains is cast iron. Because it lasted. Women and men never had a problem with their iron in their blood because they use cast iron. And the iron does leach into your food, which is a good thing. All of my pans, including this one, this is a newer one. This isn't one of Grandma's or any of my grandmothers. But they never see any soap and water. If they get a little, like when I make cornbread, I can just wipe those out. They're clean, they're set. They have a nice little finish on them. They're seasoned. This one, when I'm frying something, corn or pork chops or something like that, if you get a little crud in the bottom that you just can't wipe out, put some salt in there, scrub it with a paper towel or a sponge, get that all loosened up, rinse it out, and then just dry it. Make sure it's completely dry and put it up, and the seasoning will keep it nice and sealed. All right. So I'm gonna let this cook just a little bit longer, 2 or 3 minutes, and I'll be back. Okay, I've let the corn cook for about 5 minutes, starting to brown up a little bit, and it's releasing a lot of the corn milk from the corn kernels down in the pan. So I'm going to add in my flour, and just like if you were making a roux, this is for thickening, and you want to cook that flour taste out. So we're just going to let this cook for a couple more minutes. Like I said earlier, you can use, if you want, canned corn, frozen corn. It's just in the fall when you got fresh sweet corn. Why would you use anything else? I remember sneaking out into Mom's garden when I was growing up, even Grandpa's. My Grandpa Cecil grew sweet corn. And I'd sneak out in the garden and sneak some, just pull an ear off, and I'd sit there and eat it raw. I mean, it had such good sweet flavor to it. Anything you pull out of the garden. I used to do tomatoes, green beans, peas. It's crazy these days, stuff that people don't even know what real flavor is. The tomatoes you get in the store, those don't taste like tomatoes. You haven't had a tomato till you pulled one off a vine. It's been baking in the sun all summer, bright red and juicy. Pull it off and just eat it like an apple. Okay, I think I got the flour all cooked out. I'm going to add in my sugar. Oops, get it off. And a little bit of salt. I'm going to put half of the salt in because I want to taste it to make sure. And I'm going to put in my pimentos. Okay. Mix that around. And now if you have any brown on the bottom of your pan, which we do, we're going to pour this water in here. And probably got about 1/4 of a cup. I'm gonna just pour that in. That's gonna actually get the fond off the bottom of the pan there. You see it bubbling up. Scrape that up, that's good flavor. You want that. That's your sweet corn. And that flour is going to mix with that water, thicken up all the starches in here. There we go. Just let that cook for a minute or two. This smells delicious. This with a couple sliced tomatoes, maybe a piece of fat back fried up, some pinto beans and cornbread. Perfect Southern dinner. All right, that's me first taste it before I put the cream in. Make sure if I need more salt. Yes, I'm gonna put the rest of the salt in. So I said if you use canned, or sometimes, I'm spitting corn, I apologize. Sometimes even frozen, it will have sodium in it. Okay, I'm gonna crank up the heat to about 8. Put in my cream, and I'm just gonna go around the pan once. Maybe about 3 or 4 tablespoons. That's all I got in there. Use it up. And now that flour that's in there that we cooked into the corn, it's gonna thicken up with this cream and the water. Oh, this smells good. All right, I can turn that off. It's nice and thick now. You don't have to put the cream in if you don't want. I just like the creamy texture at the end. Makes it a little bit more luxurious. One more taste. I could eat this with a slice of tomato. It'd be good enough for dinner. You have bacon. It's got some real good smokiness to the corn. And you can see that the cream has thickened up. You know, they may talk about people in Appalachia had no money, they were hillbillies, they didn't have anything. But what they did do is they used what they had. This is what they had. Sometimes they didn't have the bacon, but if they had the bacon, they threw it in too. Just the combination of a few simple ingredients. And I swear this food is better than some of the 5-star restaurants I've eaten in. And I always go back to my Southern roots. So give this a try. It's my Southern fried corn. I'll put the recipe down below in the description. Also put it so you can print out gregs-kitchen.com right there. You can print it out there. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe, share it with your friends. I'm trying to build up more of a audience here for my Southern cooking, and you know, I do modern cooking too, but I'm trying to share everything I have, and I always gravitate back to my Southern roots. So hope you all have a great weekend. Thanks for joining me in my kitchen. I can't speak today. I don't know why. God bless, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.